Aloha, Kaimana Souza here in the Kanileʻa Sound Studio. Over the years, we at Kanileʻa have had the opportunity to work with some of the world's best ukulele players. And we've also had the opportunity to design their custom instruments to fit their specific playing style. Whether that's a longer scale, fifth string, different tuners, cutaways, whatever the case might be, we got to build it with them, for them, and eventually make them available in our Kanileʻa Pro Series lineup. And that's what we're diving into today on The Breakdown. As of filming this today in the middle of August 2022, we have 3 Pro Series models in our lineup: the Diamond Super Tenor, the Willie K Super Tenor, and the Aldrine Tenor. But be sure to stay in touch and subscribe to our email list so that you can hear all about new models and potentially even new Pro Series models as they come out. The similarities that we have between these 3 are very small, but there are some. Let's start with the headstock. All 3 of these models have a slotted headstock, different shapes, but nonetheless still slotted. All 3 also have ebony head plates, ebony fretboards, and ebony bridges with bridge pins, ebony bridge pins. All 3 models also come with gloss bodies, silk necks on the back for smooth and comfortable playing, and all 3 models have Kailua beach sand logo inlays, front fretboard inlays, and side position markers. And notice that neither of these 3 models have front position markers. They only have side position markers to allow the inlay on each fretboard to shine and be the showcase here on the front of the body. We'll look first at the Willie K model, or the Willie K Super Tenor 19-inch 5-string. I know that's a mouthful, but this model seriously has it all. Now, Uncle Willie K, or the late Uncle Willie K, is arguably one of Hawaii's greatest musicians. He played opera, rock, reggae, Hawaiian music, traveling the world on tour performing with the likes of Steven Tyler and Willie Nelson. And when we were given the opportunity to design a custom instrument for Uncle Willie to play, we were floored and honored to be able to do so. In order to achieve all of those different genres, we needed to add a few things that we may not have been totally comfortable with at the time. For instance, the 19-inch scale length, 2 inches longer than the traditional tenor scale length of 17 inches. Also the 5-string. Both of these were something that Kanileʻa was doing on a custom basis, but never had been introduced on a model. And so in order to achieve all of the sounds that Uncle Willie wanted, he needed a 5-string with a 19-inch scale length. And with that, he was able to completely wow audiences around the world. And now we can dive into the little unique details that make it very, very special. First, we have the Cobra slotted headstock with the ebony headplate, like I mentioned, sand dots and logos, with Goto stealth tuners to fit that extremely thin profile. One subtle detail we also have is the black tusk nut and saddle. Now this is a synthetic tusk material infused with graphite to make it even harder and transfer energy even better. And if we find the 12th fret, we'll find an inlay in sand of Uncle Willie K's actual signature. Moving down to the rosette, we have an epoxy inlay recreating the palawa, or the family crest pendant that Uncle Willie K wore pretty much every day of his life. Some playable features that we have on this model include Kanileʻa's cutaway bevel, Kanileʻa's bevel armrest for comfortability. It also has a black front ABS binding for protecting that edge against any dings or nicks. Little bit of a funny story. The translation of diamond into Hawaiian is kaimana. So this technically is the kaimana model designed by yours truly, and it was the first model not to be designed by Joe himself. I was fortunate enough in 2014 to design this model and make it available to the public. At the time, the super tenor body, or the wider lower bout, was available in customs. The Cobra slotted was also available in customs. Never before had it been made available in a model off the shelf. So I made a super tenor body with a Cobra slotted headstock, both comfortable and appealing to me as a player. And I also really loved the idea of inlaying the Kailua beach sand. So that's where the logo inlays Kailua beach sand, the side dots, and a nice line drawing of the diamond here in sand on the 12th fret, allowing very fine lines to create that diamond inlay. We have the black tusk, graphite infused nut and saddle like the Willie K, and also like the Willie K, both bodies come in a front, side, and back premium grade koa. The diamond uniquely has a zebra wood rosette with a black trim. And finally, the diamond super tenor has front and back black binding to protect those edges from any dings and add a nice frame to the front of the body. Lastly today, we have the Aldrine tenor, designed for Aldrine Guerrero of Ukulele Underground, and technically the first Kanileʻa sponsored artist back in 2008, even before Ukulele Underground was created. Now, Aldrine has carved his way with exciting and fabulous playing style, and he needed something to complement that. So this is what we came up with Aldrine. We have a tenor body with master grade koa, and Aldrine also helped us design our first slotted headstock. Before we had thin slotted headstocks, we had the traditional flat top, thick slotted headstock to fit these awesome and super accurate Gilbert tuners, manufactured in the USA and designed to not need any lubricants and be free from corrosion for their lifetime. We have ebony fittings, like mentioned before. We have the sand logo, and here in between the slots, we also have Aldrine's signature, similar to the Willie K. Down near the 12th fret, we have Aldrine's avatar, drawn by Aldrine himself. And we have a bird's eye maple rosette, very cool, very unique, with a black trim, and also black front binding and black back binding on this beautiful tenor. And that wraps up our Pro Series models. We have these 3 for now, but if you stay tuned to our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and email list, you'll stay in touch with what we're doing and when we release new things. Keep on strumming. Aloha.